Look at all the goodies. Of course, we are here with Jason Shreve from JC and Hobby, and we have some exciting things to talk about. But first and foremost, look at all the goodies you brought here today.
I brought some from the vault, from our eBay room.
From the vault.
We stuff that doesn't necessarily sell in the store so fast. We put it online. We have a huge eBay presence, and we brought some stuff that we do have in the store. So we brought new toys, vintage toys, some really classic stuff. So a little variety of all of it.
Now, are people starting to buy for the holidays already? Do you think?
We've seen a little bit of that, not as much yet. I think once November starts to kick in, because the weather has really been too nice.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Christmassy.
Where's the
holidays.
snow and sleet? You know?
So if you have friends, family members, maybe even yourself are a collector, kind of go through what you have available and what you guys are interested in.
Yeah, let's start at one end and work our way around if we can.
Well, right now, obviously, the Star Wars stuff with the new movies coming out has just started to gain traction like crazy.
Huge.
You know, it was really flooded with the newer stuff for the last 10 or 15 years, so you've seen a lot of that. Well, that stuff's starting to pick up again. Like, this is like 2013. Well, there's so much of it out there that people weren't collecting it so much, but now the movies are coming back out. Everybody's kind of going crazy for it again.
So even the newer stuff is
it's starting to gain a lot of traction
So
now.
the new stuff is
Show
already
us some
out.
of the classic pieces that you have there.
Oh, there's Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper. That's
He's not quite as white as the newer guy. He's a little tainted there.
yeah, it's been in the package for 30 years.
It does that to you.
It kind of yellows a little bit. Yeah.
It's weird how some of the plastics, even in the package, the white will get yellow without any sunlight whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the way they're molded.
The way it was done.
Now, the new movie that's coming out, is a lot of that merchandise available already?
It is. We specialize more in some of the stuff that you can't find everywhere. So like we want to have stuff that you're not going to go to every place and get. So like you're not going to find this anywhere. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So
wow.
And we have a lot of the stuff priced right where it's $10 to $15. So it's not any more than what you would pay if you went to one of the big box retailers.
But a good thing to be if you're a collector.
Yeah, you're not going to find that. If you're looking for that special figure that your kid has to have, you stop with us first, because I've got literally packaged Star Wars guys over 3,000 figures in the store.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean we've picked up some really big collections this summer, so we would put and then the classic stuff. So
Lando.
There we go, so you can see that.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
back to the grading aspect where we talked about
Now, I
with
feel
the
like
sport
my
cards.
parents gave this to me for Christmas. They'd be like, and you can't touch it. But here you go.
Yeah, this one you said is graded. This one has, what, an 80 on it?
Yeah.
Yep, 80. So that puts it in that $200 to $300 range.
This one here, really?
Yeah. Wow. If it was a 90, you'd be talking about $500 to $800. So
You've
it's
got to be kidding.
and the difference between 80 and 90 is so small that you can't even tell.
Sure.
Yeah, here's another one here. Since you have these out here, make sure we show off all these things.
Oh, it's the
Leia.
Forest Moon, Princess Leia there.
And so a lot of this stuff is still in around because this is 80s. A lot of
That's
people
really
did
cool.
just
That is cool.
get it and forget about it. So we see a lot of this stuff coming through. But I also want to talk about is just because it's in the package, the stuff out of the package is still worth money from the 80s.
Yeah, take some things out of there and hold them
Really?
up so we can see what they are.
See, this is
Just
what I
because
was into.
they're parts or what?
Condition, parts,
Condition,
rarity.
parts.
This is the stuff I was into. I was a G.I. Joe nut as a kid.
Yes.
That's what kept me going through the 80s.
Yes, let's show this guy off here. Here we go.
Look, but I love that he still
Firefly.
has all of his accessories there.
Snake eyes. Yeah, that's the key, is having all the little bits and pieces.
So
to
what
them.
would those go for?
30 to 40 bucks a piece.
For this little thing here?
Now these are the better ones. The average guy from the 80s is probably about 10 bucks. But these are some of the more popular characters like Storm Shadow. He's 60, 65 bucks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Out of the package.
And then you had the mail away ones, which which everyone didn't have access to. So this particular one, you had to save up little points to get. So that's $100 to $125.
Are you serious?
Out of the package.
This is out of the package. I can't believe this.
Wow.
This is unreal. I had no idea
And
this
you
was
have
worth
some
that
other
much
ones.
money.
I used to have that guy right there. I have
Skeletor.
because I had He-Man characters.
He-Man guys are really good too in and out of the package. So
There goes whoever bought them off the garage sale. But
Skeletor was ripped.
Yeah, there's
He
Skeletor.
was.
Okay, I was wondering where he was.
Totally.
some of the
had
most
Skeletor.
expensive ones I ever sold, I had 3 of those. They're called original 8-backs. They're He-Man, Skeletor, and Fakor.
Yeah.
That's not one of the original 8-backs. $1,000 a piece. So, and those weren't graded either. Those were just still in the package. Not everything's like that, but there are some
do
gems.
you have people like me that just come in and like these were our toys when we grew up and now they're just like,
Well, that's how I stay in business.
why
because
did
people
I
come in,
sell them?
or they're like, I have all this stuff sitting in the garage. I'm like, well, bring it in. That's what we're looking for.
Oh,
This
my
is-
goodness.
And you do buy stuff up.
That's how I stay. Yeah, the thrill of the hunt is what keeps me going. This is what I enjoy, is when people bring in. You never know what's going to come in every day.
So we go from the classics to some newer stuff that is collectible now as well.
Yeah, there's some, and that's what these pop figures have gone into a market. At first, I wasn't real on board with them, but they've made over 2,000 or 3,000 different ones. And what they do is they retire them. So if they're out for a couple of years, then they stop making the mold, and that's how the collectability goes up with those.
Got it.
So I've watched some of those go from $10 to $150 within the course of a couple months.
Really?
Not every one of them, but I like the Batman ones when they retire certain ones, different
Okay.
characters. When they don't make them anymore, that drives the value of that stuff up.
That
And
is
again, you're
crazy.
going right back to Star Wars, where you have one of the newest characters of the newest movies.
Oh, yeah,
and they've
and
already got.
that's- We started seeing the new
Figures.
Star Wars pop figures come through, and those are starting
Oh,
to fly off the
C-3PO,
shelves.
that's cute.
That is unbelievable. And then we have what? is it
Couple more
Batwoman
items
there?
over here.
Now that's a local artist, Anthony Lucia, is a good friend of mine. He does these designs for DC. Well, they've made 15 statues off of his designs, and that one just came out this week. We order 20 of those every time they come out, and he'll come in and personally sign them for me, so I can put them in the display case, so you can get that. And they go, that stuff does really well.
Oh, that's even better. See, another little perk by having, again, a local place doing
A
this.
good friend of mine, yeah, like I said, he's just started doing concept art and just blew up. DC finally signed him about 2 or 3 years ago, and he's created a ton of stuff for him.
Wow.
Okay, speaking of local places doing well, you are doing real well. You have a special anniversary coming up.
Yep, our 10-year anniversary is coming up. We're celebrating. We always do it the first weekend of November.
I remember when you guys started, man. That was so cool.
That's a little bitty store with nothing in it.
Yeah.
So we're 11,000 square feet now, so we've got it's filled to the rim. We are totally loaded up. So
And tell everybody where you're located.
we got our main location on Southeast 14th next to Hy-Vee, Valley West Mall, and for the holidays this year, we're opening up a third location out at Merle Mall. It's going to be 90 days. We're going to run it from November 9th through the end of February.
All right.
So-
Now, you were saying you had to pull a lot of these out of the vault, or things that you don't always see readily at the store. If people are interested in these very priceless items,
The particular ones were the Transformer ones. So like this particular one, the Megatron.
Yeah, hold that up
Everybody
so they can see it.
Everybody
Megatron.
remembers this. If you're into Transformers as a kid, that's what you went after. A sealed one of these is probably about $1,500. This one's been open, it's been played with. It's about $250 to $300, and that's based on condition. And the package has a little bit of wear on it. But it's not something we sell every day in the store, so this would be something we put on our eBay location and we put it on there.
would you
this is-
recommend people going to the eBay, or can they come visit with you and you'll guide them
I
in the
would
right
love to sell it
direction?
in the store. So if anybody comes in and
Okay.
sees it on our eBay page, say, hey, we saw this on there, come in, we'll pull it out and let you look at it. It's much better transaction because you actually look at the item. When you buy stuff online, you're not real
Not
sure if
always
you're going
sure.
to get exactly what you bought.
Okay.
You have it in hand.
Perfect.
Perfect. Wonderful. Wonderful. Congratulations on 10 years, man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Very
Thanks,
cool.
Greg.
Thanks for sharing.